Hello, and good morning, my friends. This is Marta, and I'm coming to you with a very sparkly project today. We are gonna be making a card which will be using a lot of embossing powder, and the powder I have is this actually clear sparkle embossing powder which's got this lovely shininess and this teeny tiny like a glitter iridescent glitter particles in it. So I'm preparing my card and I'm not gonna be stamping. For a change, for today's card I will be actually stenciling. I've cut myself just a teeny tiny bit of the kitchen sponge and I'm using my stencil to just go over in the random places and just press that embossing ink through my stencil so the clear embossing powder could actually glue into it. I did nothing special to the cardstock. This is just a regular card. I should probably use the watercolor one, but the watercolor cardstock I have, it's not as bright white, and I just wanted to have a piece of a bright white cardstock. So I just put the embossing I used the embossing ink through the stencil, and now I am sprinkled that clear embossing powder. This is a clear sparkle one, and I will setting the powder, and the second it will start melting, you will see the lovely shininess coming through the embossing. I also want to mention that this is very simple card to make and everyone can recreate it. All you need is just a couple bits. What I'm using for the card is this embossing powder, some ink sprays, and the stencil. And basically, if you don't have any stencil, you could take a piece of a thicker card and use your nesting dies to cut like random different size shapes. It could be a stars, but it could be also circles. It will look lovely in a circles because you could create a bokeh effect. And basically it's all upon your imagination what stencil and what shapes you want to do. All I'm doing is that I first secured the few stars on a plain white cardstock just to make the stars white underneath, and then I am spraying it, and I will make another layer and another layer and another layer on top of that, and each time in between I will be using a slightly darker spray, and the stars I will be securing with the help of the clear sparkle embossing powder. You will see they will just come and show off nicely, and the one I actually made at the beginning, they will pop like they are in the front, so everything which is done later, it will show like it's beneath, like behind those white stars. And I also want to add, in case you don't have any ink sprays, you can use other coloring mediums like your ink pads, or maybe even try with watercolor. So every time you will make some stars, you will go over with a slightly darker shade of a paint. But if it comes for those ink sprays, they are really easy to make. I actually made them myself. I will link the video somewhere in the upper right corner, and you could see it's very inexpensive and it's very easy to make them, and they really useful in many like card projects. I'm using them constantly, so have a look on that video as well. I hope you will enjoy it. And now I am just, as you can see, I'm adding another stars, and I will do a couple layers of the larger stars, and then I will switch to the smaller one as well. And I just want to tell you a little bit behind the idea of this card. The card I am making, it will has this sentiment saying you are a star, because there is one person I actually want to thank her for being a star to me, and this is my dear friend Mary. Thank you so much. The card is on its way to you, and you are absolutely amazing friend, always encouraging me, sending me messages and remember about me. So I just wanted to make something in return, because I really think you're a star and true blessing for me. Thank you so much, and I hope you will receive it soon and that you will enjoy it. And as I'm adding new and new layers, I need to say I really enjoy that card. It's absolutely gorgeous background. I think it would be lovely for any sort of like birthday celebration or like baby card, even like you could recreate it in a pink color shade as well, so have it like for a boy or a girl. It's absolutely lovely, and I really like this bouquet effect we are achieving. The only one difference in making this bouquet effect, if you would make it with the inks rather than embossing powder, is that you reverse it. So if you would like to make it with the inks rather than embossing powder, you have to start from the darker one and then put the white one ink on the top. And here, using the embossing powder, we are actually reversing the whole process. So whatever we did on the beginning, it will show on the top of the background piece. So as you can see, I add a little bit purple because I think it's enhancing it even more. I will spray a little bit blue on top of that, so the card won't be as much purplish as you can see it just now. But I think that bringing this additional purple tone is just add a little bit something to the card as well. I will show you later on, because now you can see it in a fake light. It looks a little bit different, but once you see the card in a full daylight, it's just amazing. The sparkleness and shininess from this lovely embossing powder is just absolutely amazing. And one more tip I want to say to all of you: if you don't have any sparkle embossing powder, you can use your clear embossing powder instead. Just take a little bit container and add 1 or 2 spoons over there, and a little bit of the fine glitter, and mix that together, and you will have a similar effect as well. And now for my final layer, I am switching to this tiny star stencil, and very important step to actually do in between every single layer is to use some baby powder. And this is because we are using a lot of moisture from the sprays, and I want the embossing powder to stick only to the place I want it, so the stars will actually keep their nice shape. I just slowed down the video a little bit so you could see how beautiful shininess we achieved with this sparkle embossing powder. I just absolutely love it, and I think I will make more of these cards. Definitely try to experiment with different colors and shades because I really love this effect. I am starting to assemble my sentiment. I am gluing the letters from the word star on a piece of the vellum, and I will wrap that strip around my card where the white star is. The rest of the letters I will glue directly to my background. At first, when I was making the card, I thought I will stamp and emboss the letters directly on the background. The only one trouble I had with it is that I'm out of the silver embossing powder. And of course, I already ordered myself a big jar of the silver embossing powder, and I hope it will come to me shortly. However, for this card today, I've decided to cut the letters from the silver mirror cardstock because I really wanted to keep this silver blue tone card, as I think this color combination, the mirror cardstock against this sparkly background, just looks lovely. As my card is nearly done, I just want to take a second and say to all of you, thank you so much for watching my video and for being here for me, for your lovely comments and support. And I am really touched to my heart reading all your lovely messages. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's something different for you today. Maybe you already did some similar cards as well. If you have, please leave me a comment below with the links to your projects or the photos. Maybe you have like a Facebook account, you know, you share your artwork. I really want to see it, so give me a link underneath and I will definitely check your work. or you can also do it on the Instagram. I will have a post of this card on the Instagram as well. The only one thing I added off camera was adding couple Nuvo glitter drops in the color of a silver moon dust, and I think they just complete card nicely. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, please leave me a like and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all a wonderful day. Stay blessed, Marta.